Peace. This is Start with the Star Blooms. What's good, y'all? Um, listen. Mm, I like to thank my benevolent ancestors who are closest to the light, who are here working with me, assigned to me for my highest vibrational needs. Thank you, Spirit. Um, y'all, listen, okay? There's beauty in the spaces that you would rate lowly because of surface deficiencies. Um, I want to be direct with y'all. Yesterday I shared a message and I wasn't like the car in front of me. This is so crazy. The car in front of me has three letters and it says 444. Thank you, Spirit. Um mm, okay, the message. Yesterday I shared a message and before the message was up for like a couple of hours it ended up getting deleted. And I know that it was necessary on one of the devices or on one of the apps that it got deleted on. Um, I noticed that it was necessary that it was supposed to be deleted because it wasn't a true representation of me. It was an opportunity for me to heal. And this is why I promote meditation and cultivating a learn level and space within yourself so you have like opportunity to perceive based off of the truth versus your physical reality, your physical, I won't say reflection, but maybe just like your environment, right? And why it's necessary, 838, why it's necessary. A lot of the times we don't recognize that we're moving based off of energy that isn't ours because we haven't just set like clear tone. Sometimes you'll sit in an energy and you won't even recognize that you're either being projected on or that you're moving and operating out of a space that isn't really, really neutral to you. And then there's the beautiful side about I was about to say about spell work, but that is true too. Listen, when you notice that you're engaging with things, for those who are at that rate to have that level of conversation, I'll say that this conversation is not for everybody. Let it resonate, and if it doesn't, then just release it. And if you do feel like it does resonate with you, take it back in meditation. So that's like a disclaimer. I like to ask Archangel Michael to cover, cloak, shield, protect, and remove any and all interferences with myself and anyone listening to this message to receive memory of where it is that they could have placement at. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Excuse me, y'all. I wasn't burping. I ain't even had nothing to eat. I'm fast. Anyways, okay. So I just want to get it out because it's like 3 minutes. Good God. Um, a lot of the times, Spirit said just said they may have plans for you, but God's plans is greater. 338. So-called enemy, so-called whatever, okay? Anybody, okay? Agent Smiths, people who are still attached and thriving in survival, okay, in this matrix, may have decided that they're going to discern a rate of experience that they're willing to help you cultivate in your lowest frequency. But the Most High has a greater plan for you, okay? And it's necessary that you know this. When I went into meditation, I expected, I don't know why I expected because I have proof that that doesn't occur. But when I went into meditation, I expected there to be like a rate of, we told you so. We told you not to do this. And it was just affirmation. It was a love letter being poured into my heart space. And that's the definite thing that happens when you connect into soul. There's a rate of participation that comes in that's on a 180 shift and it's waiting for you. And it's like if you're willing to meet your half in this 360, you get covered and you get matched each time. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the times we want to be at a rate of what We feel like we're not having the opportunity for it because we've been so conditioned in behaviors that we previously operated in. And other people, this is what we don't really pay attention to. The people who we have to release because they still are operating in these energies that we had to heal from in order for us to progress, spirit will show us that they need you to remember that version of you more than anything, because as soon as you remember that version of yourself, you've convinced a timeline that you collapsed to come back into your vortex. You've allowed yourself, you can't do that. You can't do that. Okay. Spirit poured into me at a rate last night, and it wasn't just about the memory of the truth, but it's the recognition and the belief of what is. A lot of the times, that's so crazy. I literally just seen a card that said passion, but now the card on the top is believe. A lot of the times we have to be in a space to where we could believe that what our dreams 555, what our dreams are, is actually gonna meet us where we're reaching to. But if you allow yourself to be in a space where you don't see the miracle in what's occurring within you and around you, you won't let yourself actually move towards the thing that you actually have been fated for, that you've been destined for. Spirit said to me very clearly last night, I don't really need you to do anything other than for you to be what was already meant for you to be. And that might sound weird to a lot of people because we be wanting to work this many hours. We be wanting to meet this goal, to meet this task, but to be told, oh goodness, to be told that you could sit and stay in your energy, right? And you could be at a successful rate there. To be told that you could move in a rate of delight and enjoyment, actually finally getting away from the stagnant mindset and coming into a rate of communion, not just with yourself, but within everything in this universe, and finding your flow, right? Being at a rate to where you find your flow, experiencing the truth of what it is that you have, because your internal sanctuary can't be missed. It can be missed. A lot of people be saying that we be finding peace, y'all. We don't find peace. We choose peace. We choose peace. We choose it. We choose it. You choose it. You choose it in playfulness. You choose it in allowing yourself to have those childlike moments that you may have pushed down the side and didn't think that they were important. You choose it in learning how to be committed to something that is actually going to suit you and benefit you at your highest rate. Listen, it's a peak that you meant to reach, but sometimes we don't allow ourselves to meet. Listen, spirit, we don't allow ourselves to meet these peaks because we be so fearful of scaling up in something. We be so fearful of actually being successful and proving ourselves right. We be so fearful and having the internal dialect that allows you to sit in your passion. Listen, hey, God will allow you to see the truth within yourself, even when you're in the midst of proving something else wrong, and you don't ever have to move from your seat. And a lot of us who've been convinced in this warrior position, this wounded warrior position, that we have to fight or that it looks like something else. I was speaking to myself and I thought I was giving y'all a message. I still had the opportunity to receive yet a deeper layer of what I'd already perceived. And Spirit allowed me to be at this rate to tell you, one, when you go into meditation and you allow yourself to align to that which is, which sometimes feels like nothing at all. Sometimes it might feel like stillness in a mind that you've allowed to run rampant and go monkey. Sometimes it might feel like adventure, with you being able to see the rate of visions that you wanted to be able to perceive, but you didn't know how to actually fortify them in thought. And then you got something that'll just pour into you life into the spaces that you've been cultivating in. Sometimes it be the very thing that you feel like doesn't matter at all, like sitting down and having a cup of tea with your kid and having a tea party, like becoming Alice in a Wonderland, not even recognizing, like going to the park and putting your feet, good God, 911, in the dirt and grounding yourself by hugging a tree. Listen, all right? And being at rates of playfulness that allow you to get beyond the space. A big ass spider. Holy shucks. Um, I love y'all. 929. Don't get lost in the confusion of what's happening around you. Continue to move at the rate that you've operated in, that allowed you to get to the rate of choosing your peace. And don't put it back down trying to pick up anything else, because it's not going to seat you the way that you've been seated at this new rate within yourself. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's who you are. It's who you're remembering yourself to be. Don't pick up the old version trying to prove somebody else wrong. Peace. I love y'all.